the fuck is up, y'all? Driving home today from Abu Dhabi. It's bright as fuck in this car now. I don't think I ever drove home like this. Driving on tour. It's not so bad because you gotta wake up in the morning, but driving home like this, I gotta talk loud because I realized my videos are very low with this window open. Going 140. My wife would kill me. Oh, yeah, but I recently got this car taken away from me doing 140, but it was in the 70 zone, so, you know. It is as it is. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck to talk about. I just want to talk. I want to talk. So, I'm going to talk. Now, I know I've said I'm going to be talking about symbolism, so I should be talking about symbolism, the specific symbolism I use. But I mean, I can go over that. Like, I always tell you more or less what I'm not like lying or, you know, not telling you what I say. Like when I say I write on a candle, I tell you I'm doing Jupiter. I do all the names from Jesus to Zeus to Thor to Krishar, which is not Krishna or anything like that. I'm doing Krishar, the Mesopotamian god. You know, and I'm going to hit them all, everyone I know. You know, if it's the sun, I'm going to do Mithra, Sun, Apollo, Ra, you know, so on and so forth. And then below that, like in the past, I used to put my sigil on it, and I would write, I will be harm-free, so motive be. I wouldn't include that in the sigil, although I have done that as well, and both ways work. So if you got a very small sigil and you want more letters, add I will be harm-free, so motive be into your sigil, and so you can take those letters out. But I like writing that, because the more you write that, the more it's repetition in your mind that anything you put before those words is what you want to manifest. There's like everything after I write, because I write I am grateful almost every single time. Almost every single time. Sometimes I say thankful and grateful, thankful, honored, you know. So it's very seldom, but the majority of the time it's I am grateful for whatever I want to happen. But I say it as in the present tense. So it comes to me in present tense. So I'm putting energy in the present tense. Meaning, put energy into the future, you're never going to get it because it's in the future. Put energy into the past, well, it's like you already get it, so you're not going to get it. But if you put energy into the present, create whatever it is on the astral plane, and then you get it. And so I can't put it any more simpler than that. Oh, this fucking truck, man. Ooh. Anyways, sorry. And then I get the truck stop, anything like that. Quite a few, my cousin. But, anyways, he seems like he's a pretty good truck driver. Got in and got out, you know? It's kind of like when I was single. Get in, get out. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to get the fuck home. It's been a long day. And, you know, as much as I like my job, I've been talking about it. Like, today was a rough day. I'm not gonna lie. You know, dropped the ladder. That was cool. Fuck. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I don't act like a big shot. Never ever gonna see me act like a big shot or pretend I know something when I don't know something. I'm not that person, okay? I used to act like a know-it-all, but I would act like a know-it-all to the things I thought I knew something about. Now I've even dropped that because I know it doesn't serve me to pretend like I know a lot about something. Maybe I do that on here, I don't know, but I try not to. But, you know, I don't pretend like, oh, I know how to lift ladders. I've lived ladders for like years, you know? I lift ladders all the time when we were fucking doing roofing, but, you know, this ladder was bigger than the one I've lifted, and bam, it came down. I tried to stop it with all my might, and I just couldn't. The wind took it, and then he looks at the first corner I did, the first day we worked, and it was just brutal. My screws were not flying at all, and, oh, man. So, he's like, I don't want to see that again. He was very nice about it, so, you know, props to him. He could have lost his mind. So, what the fuck? Why didn't you come to see me? Tell me you were having problems with it all. I told I didn't know I had a problem. I did that corner at night, and you know, I didn't see the light of it. I wasn't looking. I'm so glad to be done. It's my first day working this job. So, but you know, he didn't even do any of that. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, I can't wait to fucking get home because of, you know. But I mean, the day went by fast. We didn't take our lunch till like fucking 2:30 until 3, and then we got to the new site, measured all the house, put the eavesdrop up, and you know. Called it a day, came home, or I'm on my way home now. So, anyways, when I literally do a candle, I literally write, I am grateful for what was the last thing I did that manifested I can tell you about. I gotta be careful because I write similar things over and over again, especially when it comes to money. I always make sure my finances are kept. Alright, so if you're gonna move your set point, okay? So what happens is everybody has a financial set point. It's something that's been programmed into you via watching your parents, via your mental, your conscious, what you consciously think you are. So if you go around thinking you're middle class, or saying you're middle class, or lower class, especially if you go around saying that, oh yeah, I don't make much money and shit like that, well, you are making and reaffirming that you have a very low set point. So doing money magic is, you know, if you want big sums of money, well, if you only make 30 grand a year and you're asking for 10 of it all at once, so be like, how the fuck do you want that to happen, you know? So you want to set your financial set point. How would you go about doing that? Well, don't ever underestimate candle magic. You can do a whole lot for candle magic. Now, if you're not the type that writes on a candle every night like I have been doing, and are simply able to write things into existence by using a candle because you've been doing it for the last 3 fucking years like I've been doing it, you know, at that point, I say start doing it. If you start doing it, you know, and you can say, well, Corey, like, it's not going to take 3 years. It'll probably take about a year. So it might even be sooner. Depends on how fast and how much belief you have in this working. If you listen to my stuff and anybody else talks about candle magic working with me, you'll reinforce that belief in no time. It really depends on if you can get the programming in your mind that candle magic works, and then you start doing candle magic every day, then it will work. Because you have the software in there, you're running the fucking program, and you're actually taking the action, thought, with the emotion, and bam, like, you'll be doing it. I swear, I have no doubt in my mind, 100% works for me, I swear to God. But, you know, if you want something that works really well, sigil magic works really well. Make a sigil, which is a statement of what you want. Alright, that's where my wife fucking calls and asks me where the fuck I am. She saw a cop fly by the house, so she assumed it was me getting pulled over. So, anyway, holy fuck! Shut the window, put my smoke out. I think I'm about 15, 20 minutes away from my town. Yay, my eyes are fucking tired as shit. My wife wants me to go to the gym with her. Oh, kind of told her I would, but my baby also was crying when she got home because she misses me, so I think I might just spend time with the baby. But anyways, back to the sigil. So, to make your sigil becomes your statement of intent. Okay, so you take all the vowels and double consonants out. Or some people do the vowels. I don't know. Oh. Towards the end, when I was making sigils, I don't make sigils too often unless I want to put a whole lot of energy into something. If I don't have a lot of time for something, because, like, you know, I do a candle every night, so I'm always performing a specific magic for a specific goal. It generally goes by what god of the day it is. So fucking Venus, you know, we have Thursday and Friday, you know, that's Jupiter Day and Venus Day. So generally money or, you know, whatever. Financial things, earthly things, or emotional things for Jupiter, same with the moon. When it comes to Mars, on Tuesday, it's action-oriented, discipline, fire, you know, being strong, strength, and sometimes, you know, I'll mix and match. I'll go mental strength, you know, I'll get Mars to help you out with some mental strength, even though the mental is governed by Saturn and Mercury and the Sun, would be more unconscious and mental air side of you, but, you know, and then, I think I got the ball, right? Venus was the first one I said with Jupiter, so yeah. Point is, I do something every night, and it's like, because I don't mind. I'm depolarized completely, but I'm pretty depolarized to the point where it's like, I know my finances are going to get bad and going to get worse, and I don't worry about that. I know that if I keep casting for more and more money, then there's going to be less time. Like, it's not money necessarily, but I cast for financial security, financial balance. being able to have money in the bank, getting increases, you know. I do that kind of magic, whereas I'm not always just casting for 3 grand. I know I use that example a lot, but I'm not always just casting, fuck another cop, I'm not always just casting for 3 grand over and over and over again. Fuck me, man. Anyways, but, you know, so when I do sigils now, it's because I want to put a lot of energy in a little bit of a time. So I'll make a fucking sigil. I'll fucking record my state, maybe 10 on the recorder, and then go to fucking bed to it, meditate with it on, do my dishes with that shit on, you know, over and over and over again. I might even take it further, do a hypnosis script. I might whip out my consecrated book that's consecrated that when I write in there happens. And I gotta write that in story form, and, you know, whatever. Obviously visualizations, all that shit. When I go to my altar. So, as you progress through the curriculum, or maybe you're doing just witchcraft, when you get in the astral, after you do your lesser banishings, your middle pillar and all that, maybe you're doing meditation on a card and other meditations on a point, whatever the case is, you're doing all that. Well, after all that, before you, if you're doing, and if you're further along and you're doing lesser of the greater rituals of the hexagram, and, you know, opening the watchtowers and all those things, but you do all that as well, which all helps, because like reducing Saturn's effect on you, which is the point of the greater ritual of the hexagram, which it reduces all the planets' effects on you. So if you have any karma tied to them, or they're trying to, you know, because those planets are tied to your emotions, to a whole bunch of things. So when you reduce their effect on you, it's easier to perform magic and get the results that you only start doing that for 6 months to a year of your neophyte. There's order to the structure, you know, and it's ordered and structured in a perfect way, I think, anyways. But so you're at that point of your ritual before you close the watchtowers, before you do the lesser banishing of the pentagram at the end, and, you know, before you do your Kabbalistic cross and close the circle. There's a point in the ritual where it's you in front of the divine. You did all your other opening rituals and rites. You're ready to go. So on top of doing a candle, doing a sigil, putting a sigil on the candle, doing different candles, doing all the different symbolism I just said, you know, all those other little ways. I'm fucking tired. Or I don't have enough oxygen coming in, so, you know, it's forcing it in. Big deep inhales and going straight. Anyway, I gotta tell you the science of it. I'll be on. But I do know it. But anyways, so you're there. You're in your mental. You're in your astral. Or, you know, like attracts like. You're kind of there, right? Well, you're right there. So you visualize what you wanted. Okay? You visualize it as if you've already have it. And you turn those emotions right up as much as you can. If you can get tears of joy, do it. If you dance around in excitement and sad and put energy that way into it, do it. But this is the whole cast for it kind of thing. Like, go into your ritual in your temple, in your mind, this extension of your mind, which is your temple room or in front of your altar, and this is what you're doing. You're calling that to you, okay? You are putting yourself in that emotional state, that vibration, whatever. You are mimicking what you think it's going to feel like when that thing happens for you. And you're pretending it's already happened because you're creating it on the astral plane, right? You're saying this is already on the astral plane. See, look. I'm in my astral plane, I'm in my mind, my mental plane, and it's here. So that's what you're doing, which is, guys, oh man, this is brutal. But this is where the Hermetic principles and everything is coming into play. So you're trying to affect the subconscious mind, the moon, which is the female, the mother, the subconscious mind, right? It's all the moon. So that's the moon governs the astral plane, right? So you are having to use your will. This is what I say magic is using your will to create change in conformity with your will. So you are in the astral in front of the divine feminine, your own mind, that part of you that creates your reality. And you're using the masculine energy, the male energy, the will, along with the masculine energy of air and fire. So the air is the thought. So you have this visualization, which is the thought of you already having this in your reality. You're adding that's a male energy. Well, it's a positive energy, let's just say, but you know, it's male, right? Saturn, Mercury, Sun is air, and then Mars is fire. So all those guys, they're all guys except for maybe Mercury, who's hermaphroditic, but you know, there's more positive than there are negatives there, right? So those are the two male energies that you're using right up the hop. And then you have to add some female energy into there, which is your own emotion. But you're adding that emotion as you are impressing it, right? Because, you know, you want this to become earth. So you have one positive plus, you know, you have all this positive plus one negative. Point is, that's why it works. And this is what you're doing. So you add that to, like, the candles and all that. You're going to have so much energy in this. So it's not only have you done it within your mind or on your temple and all that, but you also have a candle you make, you know, there's a sigil on that candle. People might not see it on that candle, but their subconscious mind sees it. So every time, like, if you have it somewhere anyways, I mean, if you can get away with putting your candle out of your temple room and somewhere where people can walk by, it can serve the purpose. You don't even have to do that. You can put your sigil on, like, the fridge or stove or whatever before you end up burning it out of this existence, so that you no longer have that physical representation of what you want here. And if you create enough energy on the astral plane for that, well, it'll have to filter down here, because what's up there has to come down here, right? That's how it works. So there's a couple ways of magic and symbolism and how it works and what you got to do. So the point of ritual magic, when you're doing the neophyte, you're doing all these exercises that you have no idea what they're for. Well, on top of all the things I've already said what they're for, like banishing your self-negative talk, and getting rid of, you know, people, you know, shooting fucking psychic energy at you or whatever, their thoughts thinking you're a piece of shit or you wish you would just do this. Well, protecting yourself from that and your own negative talk and any other thought forms that you've created that you don't even know about and other people have created that are around your house, you know, doing lesser banishing X's all those fuckers out, gets rid of them. And then you have the archangels that you're working with that help protect you all the time. You're always protected at this point. So it's beneficial in that way. Absolutely. And one of the best things you can do is to start this practice. But it's to get you so that when you're in your astral mind plane, whatever, and you're casting for things, well, you don't have these entities because you spend 6 months to a year just doing the banishings in the microcosmic orbit, increasing your own energy, and then you start the greater ritual of the hexagram at this point with all those things. But you banish all the negative energy in your house, and you've invoked a bunch of energy. You got on good terms with all the archangels, and then now you're lessening the planet's effects on you. So it's so easy for you to create what you want. This thing is so fucking powerful. All you have to do is start, and it'll be so. I'm telling you, but. Those are some of the ways that, you know, you bring stuff to you. You know, affirmations are great, but I think if you use affirmations, you should always supercharge it. You shouldn't just go around saying them. I mean, from time to time, if you're in a low place and, you know, you're thinking the opposite, well, that's when you say, no, I reject that thought and I, you know, invoke, and then you say your affirmation or something like that. But for the most part, it's enough to have it on loop when you first wake up, and when you're on your way to bed, and any other time during the day, like when you're not maybe in the theta or alpha state. But, you know, when you get in those states, it's putting it right into that subconscious mind, astral for you. And you don't even have to do anything. It's playing for you. It's better if it's in your voice, but it's playing right in there for you. To me, that's the best way to do affirmations. Fuck having to say it, record it, fucking put it on there, and that's it, you're done. I mean, I have whole episodes about recording an entire ritual. Okay, so if you record the audio of you doing the ritual, then you can do, because this is not to replace doing the ritual at your altar by any means. But let's say you're either, if you're having trouble memorizing your ritual, well, this will help, because then you can listen to it every night. It's as if you're doing your ritual while you're sleeping, which will protect your mind while you're sleeping if you're worried about psychic or entities attacking you and shit like that. If you have you doing the lesser banishing, being in your astral, and drawing out a circle, well, you'll be protected all fucking night long. And you say, well, that's only in the mental. It's like, well, that's what you need to protect when you're sleeping, is your mental, it's your subconscious, you know, because it's wide open, and the conscious mind isn't there to protect it. Once again, the conscious mind, your ego, whatever you want to call it, they're two different things, but people like to lump them together, the conscious mind and the ego and all this. Well, it doesn't matter whether you want to use your ego, your identity, conscious mind, whatever one of those you want to fucking call it. You're supposed to protect your subconscious mind with it. The male protects the female, because the female is more powerful, but she's more vulnerable. So the male is not as powerful, but he is able to stop harm from happening to the female. And the female is able to give the male whatever the fuck he wants. But if they're not working together, then it ain't worth a fucking damn. So that's the point of all this, and that's what the 7 hermetic principles literally teach you. I mean, it's one of the many things they teach you, but it's like how to use your conscious mind to protect your subconscious mind. It doesn't matter, because once you're aware of how the TV can affect you, and how programming can affect you, and how negative self-talk can affect you, and how different actions can affect you, and bad emotions can affect you, and creating thought forms by accident, and being stuck in a loop, and replay, and whatever, all these things, it's like, no. So your conscious mind has to protect you from all that, because you're trying to hone in and use your subconscious mind for your benefit. But if you start having success, okay, you don't have success yet, then whatever, you're just still doing the same shit you always did. But once you start having success, well, if you are going to dwell on any negative thoughts or bad thoughts, or even think about a relative dying, you can cause it, because you have tapped into that power. And it's something to be seriously taken fucking serious. It's not a fucking game. It's not a fucking joke. This is why I ain't learning any fucking book. At least not yet. But and maybe, like I said, I go to sleep with books all the time, and then I don't actually read them. And I have information, so who knows? This could be from my book. But I made programming. I did magic, and did it over and over and over again to make sure that when I want to manifest something, okay, when I want to speak something into existence, or whatever the case is, okay, I have to use either reject, banish, deny, and say invoke whatever after, meaning I'm going to banish the thing I don't want and invoke the opposite that I do want. That's one way I can manifest in my reality. The other ways are my consecrated book, or at my altar, or via candle magic, okay? I made that very specific, and by always doing a candle every night, it reinforces that. By doing my ritual, it reinforces that. So this way, if I do say something stupid, I'm not going to be, because like who knows, right? Just because I put that programming in me doesn't mean if I by accident do everything right, get the formula right, but and I shouldn't have, that may or may not save me. But because I'm trained, I've been training, I know enough that if I do something like that in front of somebody and I realize it later, or I only say it once, well, I'm saying the opposite way more times in one day than, if I fuck up once or twice. So the odds of that happening are very slim. But the point is, by doing your ritual at your altar all the time, or by doing candle magic all the time, well, it becomes a habit, and it becomes the way that you manifest things. You know what I mean? So all the other programming that you may or may not have, if this becomes the norm for you, well, all that other crap might just fall off. You're not using it anymore. You're not using the programming that you've been programmed since you were a kid anymore, and you're doing your own programming. You're doing your own thing by, doing the candle magic, you're doing the altar, you're doing the sigils and all that shit. So you don't have to really worry about it anymore, which is awesome, which is kind of the point. You are taking control of where and when and how you manifest. It's more than just manifesting reality. It's taking control of how you do it, so that if you, by accident, get the formula right and you're in this state or a bad place or whatever the case is, well, it's a fail-safe for that. If you can't use your conscious mind to protect it because your conscious mind has, been compromised, you're in a bad place, you walked in on your wife cheating on you, you lose a relative, someone just broke into your house, something happened to your child or whatever the case is, you're in a bad fucking place. But you've been creating reality for years. Well, what happens is that you lose it all. But by having these habits put in place specifically, there's a good chance that even though you might curse something that you will want to take back later, well, because of the way you manifest for the last 3 years consecutively only in these ways, then whatever you end up cursing in the moment then may or may not happen. That's kind of what I'm saying. So it's a good habit to get into, and that's kind of the point. But whatever method you decide to use to try to manifest and move up in the world and realize that, we can create what we want. We just got to find the technique that works for us. For me, fucking seriously, candle magic, and, I can't overstate it, and I think I beat it to death in the past. So for all the people just watching me now that haven't watched my older stuff, it's like, well, I got plenty of videos on why reject, banish, deny is the first line of defense. It's the first line for everything and anything, man. It'll protect you from entities, energies, your own self-negative talk, from anybody doing anything, from anything being around you, anything, everything and anything, your own programming. It'll protect you from your own programming. When your programming wants to kick in, this is why being depolarized helps, because if you're not depolarized, then you won't be able to recognize and counter with reject, banish, deny. Because, you know, you'll be polarized still, and as soon as programming comes up, you'll just go along with it, and you won't be able to even use reject, banish, deny. You know how I know? When I first started, I had polarizing things. I read the book, I knew how to do it, and, you know, I would do like, I'd reject 2 or 3 things a day, whereas now I'm rejecting like 25 things a fucking day. As soon as I get a fucking bad thought, first thing I fucking do, now I reject that fucking thought and accept the opposite. And I don't say that, I say the opposite. So it's like, oh, okay, you will pay this bill. It's like, no, I reject the thought, and I accept that. That bill's going to be paid on time or earlier. I will the 100% want to be Roy LeBlanc, the rest of my name is etc. You know what I mean? And all that is such a routine that you know what I mean? I even say it to you guys on here now. I don't even have to go that far. You don't even have to do half those steps. But I implemented those steps because that's my own little signature. That's my own little whatever brand of weird. But it's my own brand of fucking what is important to me, why I do it. And if I do a spell and that's not on it, like someone's like, hey, put a gun in my head and say, you fucking do a spell for me to get money right fucking now. Okay. I'll do the spell and then, you know, according to the books and all that, I would do everything right. But I won't manifest because it's not me putting my signature on it and all that shit. And they don't need to know that, you know what I mean? Unless they watch my show. They're like, do it. It's like, okay, and I'll just make up a name. Fucking kill me, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I ain't fucking being forced to do magic for anybody. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. I ain't doing magic for nobody against my own fucking will. Doesn't matter if it's a gun in my head or fucking from the TV. I ain't fucking doing it no more. I manifest for me and my fucking family, and that's it. No one's forcing me to fucking manifest. If someone wants me to feel like a piece of shit, if my magic isn't fucking good, or whatever the case is, well, they can go fuck themselves because I don't give a shit. My shit works and it works damn good. Anyways, I don't know why I got into that. So that's some symbolic ways that you can do magic. Look them up if I'm not very clear, but I've been promoting and putting the PDFs on my videos for a while now, from the book Kabbalah, Great Work Self-Transformation, which has every ritual and everything, and a whole bunch of lists of a whole bunch of other books that are very helpful that you can read. So, you know, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, it's all in there. All in there. It's a full curriculum. Neophyte to portal grade. Get every fucking ritual you fucking want that I mentioned is in there. How to do it with pictures that go along with it and other important pictures and other important things. Like it's all there. Like seriously, it's all fucking there. Shit, it's all built up. So, you know, anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna keep talking or not. I'm fucking back into my town now, pulling in. So yeah, if I come back on, I'll talk about something else, obviously, but I don't know at this moment. I want to talk about if I have different symbolic things that come to me. I know I'm supposed to get a Jupiter sigil, or oh no, I'm supposed to get a specific ritual for Jupiter. If I can find it, I'm not too busy with my daughter and everything else, I'll come back on and do that. If not, I'll probably do it next time. But anyway, so yeah, if I don't see you in a little bit, it's because I decided to not come back on because I'm gonna go fucking do something else, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, if I don't come back on, I have a great fucking day.